Hey, how are ya? Craft time finally here, running a bit late because what started as a simple, oh, I'm gonna look for something quickly, led to more. So, 20 minutes later, but whatever. I'm here. Hey, everyone. Okay, so tonight's quest is a little bit, design and planning type of night because I finished Evelyn's project. Now I'm moving on to doing the design for next weekend's make and takes, which I don't know what they are right now. So I need to work on that. So right now I'm just going to do up a couple possibilities. So I'm just going to grab some various designer series paper, work out a layout, and then if I like the layout, we'll continue from there. Oh, fudge. I startled Buddy. Yeah, because he's under me. Great. So what I need to start with is I'm gonna make two versions for the moment. I might do more, but we'll see. I need to start with that. I need some white cardstock and designer series paper, and then I'll build from there. Hey, Elaine, how are you? I know I'm a bit late tonight. Starting to get ready for next weekend. So tonight's planning night. So I've got this really nice paper. Elaine, you probably recognize it. That doesn't matter which side, does it? No, it's all universally. So I'm just gonna do 4 inches. Because I'm just going to do like more or less a nice basic card for the make and takes because it helps to keep it simple, you know what I mean? Alright, so I got that cut. And then this one, because it's directional, I want to make sure I know my direction. I could do portrait versus landscape, but I think for this, I'm going to do... I'll do this one landscape and the other one portrait. I think that will do well. So 4 by 5 1/4 is what I'm cutting. There we go. So I've got those. And then I'm going to kind of sort of throw something together here, do a bit of planning. So I can work out, do I like what's in my head? Because I have something in my head. I just don't know if it's going to work or not. So just white cardstock, bone folder, fold them in half. This stuff's actually pretty thick from a source. So I go through a lot of white cardstock. Alright, progress. And then I'm going to already put these on. Because that's part of what I'm doing. I also like doing simplicity, so I'm going to use these. I'm going to use up some of this adhesive that I got kicking around. So I've got lots of it. Still got another roll to go, so let's use some of it up. Yeah, I was going through planning for next weekend. I was looking at, well, how much pre-cut white cardstock do I have for card bases, which I know now what I have. And then it led to pull out some of my designer series paper to keep in my box because I'm not going to need it for this round because it's non-Christmas. And then check this, check that, check a bunch of things, which led to I was also looking at my bling, my embellishments I have. So I made a pile. I always like to bring retired bling to the events because I like to keep the current stuff for me if I need to use them. So with that in mind, I had to look on the website which ones were current, which ones weren't, and that took a lot longer. So I've made a pile. I also looked at my dimensionals and realized, oh crap, I need to pack more dimensionals. So I did, which means I need to order more for here versus the make and takes. So made sure, the Seal Plus refills are good to go. Yes, those are good. Dimensionals are good in those boxes, but I need to order more for here. So a bit of the start for the season to get going here. Get planned, get ready for having lots of fun next weekend. So yeah. So tonight's just planning. Now, I might do a third card. Now that I say it, I am going to do a third card because I'm back and forth on, do I do Sweetest Star? Do I do the reindeer? I'm back and forth on it. I'm thinking I might just go simplicity, just go Sweetest Star. But I still want to make a reindeer version in case something speaks to me about it and it works well. But also the downside of all this requires a lot more die cutting, and I'm like, ugh, with what I'm planning. So that's where I need to iron out this weekend what exactly my plans are. So there's two. Let's get a third going because I end up gonna do a third anyway. So white cardstock again. And Ivy's destroying a toy upstairs. I can hear her having the time of her life. Alright, so I've got a piece of white, 5.5. And if you have thick white, just go over twice. And it cuts it well. If you don't go over twice, you get a little bit of a problem. Alright, so I've got that. Now it's occurred to me, I'm going to need more stuff here. So I've got the snowflake paper. I actually really like this paper. I'm going to use this side because there's a bit of a gap on the end. And then so 4 by 5.25. Yeah, she's ripping that toy pretty good. We're letting him destroy a toy tonight. He's like, oh, it's gonna last days. I'm like, no, maybe hours if we're lucky. And sure enough, they're ripping it. But it was a toy we gave Buddy when he was a baby, and he ripped it like instantly. So we put it aside this whole time. Then, because I went to Walmart, did some shopping, and while I'm there, I bought them a couple new toys just to try out to see if they're any different. It's good when you have really chewy dogs. Try toys from different sources because sometimes you might find something really works. For example, there's a rope toy my parents got the dogs from Winners Home Sense, and it's been the toy, the rope toy, that's lasted now for a while. So it's like, oh yes, finally found something that was actually cheaper than the pet store. So yeah, it helps to kind of every so often try a different toy, see what works. So I'm happy about that. All right. So then I gotta do a few things here. Get this one going. I think the trees paper, I'll put that with the reindeer idea. But yeah, we will see. Which means I gotta dig into the boxes and pull it out. Spaghetti sauce this morning. Oh, that sounds good. I'm not big on spaghetti sauce. Like, okay, I love pasta. I absolutely love pasta. I love more white sauce, Alfredo type of stuff. Red sauce, it's hit or miss for me. But that's cool. That's really good that you enjoyed your dinner. We have cake here, actually, but I don't think we're going to get to it tonight because it's like 10 o'clock now. I don't think we're going to get to it right now. Alrighty, so then... There we go. So I've got 3 cards started. Quick and easy. I love these. Alright, now I'm going to start pulling what I need because I didn't pull it out. Of course not. Why would I? I don't plan well with these videos. I need to plan more. Okay, so I need to dig. I need a couple of different things because I grabbed some of what I need. And then, assuming if this plan works, one of these works, then I can make notes on measurements and start cutting paper like crazy. At least the card basis, the white, is good to go. That's a bonus. So I'm going to need my white scraps. I'm going to need more white scraps. I realized I didn't pull them out. And then I'm going to need the Reindeer Fun stamps and dies. Because I'm back and forth. Do I use them or not? I don't know. And I'm going to put this Designer Series paper aside. It's more pull it out for when I'm ready to start go. This I use for just sampler trying to plan ahead. Alright. So then pull that, pull this. Yeah, I need better organization in this room. I will get there. And that's already some pieces I got kind of pre-planning for the tags. I love the tags. I really do. Alright, plan that. Oh, yeah, I'm making a mess here. Okay. I am going to need this. I'm not going to use this paper per se at the events, but this is great for, again, planning. I don't know, I might use it, I might not. It's because of the source, that's why. Because I also try to plan well to ensure I'm using a decent source for this stuff. That way it's not all crap, is one way to put it. Alright, so Reindeer Fun. I got deckled rectangle dies. Deckled circles are around somewhere. I just don't know where they are. They're not currently accessible. But I don't think I'm going to use deckled circles. So you made 4 Christmas cards last night. We'll post full Facebook. Oh, that's awesome. But I'm going to double check to see. Do I have deckled circles? Ooh, in this box. Which I don't think I do. Okay. Alright, that's fine. So then, repack again. Okay. Let me get organized a little slightly better. Welcome to Chaos of Kitty. I got things shifting everywhere. Oh no. Yeah, everything's a mess here. Great. Stuff I had pulled fell down. It's like I spend more time trying to find stuff than actually crafting, eh? I gotta work on that in the new year. Need a plan for that. And I will. Okay. I'm having a hell of a time right now trying to do one simple thing. Yep, literally, this is not working right now. Fudge. I might start throwing things. Fudge. Yeah, this is not working. I know part of the problem, my cardboard pieces I'm using as a shelf are not big enough. I see that now. Yep. Oh dear God. Okay, this is not working. And it's all off camera too, so you can't even see what the heck I'm trying to do. Fine. God damn it. Ah! Okay, so when I'm stressed, relax, laugh about it. Yeah, literally. Take my time, slow down, take my time. That way. So I also gotta be careful of baby Buddy here. Alright, try this again. Very carefully. It's also the weight of the stuff too. I'm throwing on 2 cardboard pieces. They're not big enough. Okay. Now we're good. Yep, that's me. Chaotic as always. Alright. Okay. Now, reset. I gotta put everything back where they need to go. Alright, well that was fun. Okay. Okay. So, I gotta remember what I'm doing. So I gotta do one step at a time, because that might be logical right now, because of how cluster mess I am tonight. So I'm gonna need some of these. I'm gonna put my white scraps aside. Scraps. Okay. Alright. So then in this bag of goodies, I have a die from the Love of Spring dies. Yep, deep breaths, I know. At least I'm laughing about it now. It is funny. It's like, okay. So I'm going to die cut 3 of these. I also want to make sure I know. I got to write down the size, which I haven't. So that die is 2 3/4. So I'm going to snip that paper, which I just buried in my paper trimmer. Of course I have. So 2 3/4. I know I'm slightly off camera, but just to be able to accomplish the mission. And yes, those 2 pieces are the size I more or less need. Cool. Okay. And the other one I'm not so worried about. The third one's a little bigger, but that's okay. Alright, so then I need the plates. Yes. Because we're going to do these first. Now, stamping wise, I will do some. I just don't know how far I'm going to get. Because this is still planning mode. That way, because this die, I really, really like it. You'll see in a moment. It's the same one I'm going to be using for the Christmas tag. So that's where this whole project, a lot of it is universal, which makes things a lot easier. But this die, which is almost perfect, it's a little bit crooked, but it creates that really nice edge. And I love it. So let's do it again. Because this paper I had pre-cut for a different reason. And it's like, most of these strips are almost the perfect size. It's just a hair under, but I'm still going to make it work because I have a whole bag of these strips of paper. So, might as well use them up. They're from when I was doing the Christmas packets, because what I did was I looked at all my scraps of paper and literally separated every scrap piece I had of white that was more or less this size. And I'm like, perfect. So I have so much of this already pre-set aside. That one's got a bit of a cut on it. Like it got a cut mangled, but it's okay. So then one more. I really should get rid of some of these white scraps. I have so much. It's just endless. Alright. So I might start only keeping certain sizes. If it's smaller than that, just pitch them. So this one's a perfect one, because that one, I'm going to pitch that one. I don't really need it so much. There we go. Okay, so then I will come back to dies again, but I will need to figure out the reindeer one, because that's the one that's going to be a special size. All right. Oh, I have a section over here I can use to store stuff. Yay. All right. So let's look at the reindeer fun stamps for a moment. That way I can kind of plan which one I might use. Well, let's just get some white paper and just do some stamping first, and I can always cut around it. That way I can do a sample of, well, what's it look like? So here's a sample of white. And then I'm going to use black ink just for the sake of a color. All right, I'm going to open up my water bucket, get it going here. All right. So then I need to put this stamp that I was using. I got to make 1 or 2 more cards with it, but like for some, not for Evelyn's, but for my own. I want to make a scrappy version. But I might do that for the team hosting, because I'm hosting the Facebook group, so I might leave it as a live project to kind of show part of it. But I'm going to make part of it ahead of time for some of the steps. It'll make things a lot easier. So I'm going to grab the single reindeer, prancing away. Yeah, I'm just going to use the black ink. Because I will bring an assortment of inks, the little mini ink spots, to the event, plus the black, of course. But I'm only going to bring like certain colors, not all of them. Because again, time and, planning. Alright. Now this paper might not do, but at least it gives me some planning to see what size are these critters. To see if deckled rectangular dies would work. Or do I need to search for the circular ones, which I right now don't exactly know where they are. But they're around here somewhere. So the mom and the cutie just fits perfectly, just barely, on that block D that we sell, which is handy. Alrighty. There we go. Just to give representation. Alright, so then clean that. So I also got to look at the paper pumpkin stamps, the Christmas ones, and see do I have any that would really be good to carry, or just go simple, like how the 2 stamp sets. So yeah, I got a lot of planning to do in the coming week, but I will get there. Alright, just close that up. Now I'm gonna look at, well, I'm not using reindeer fun dies, because that would mean pre-stamp, and heck no, not doing that. But I just pulled them out for why not. Okay, so deckled rectangular dies. I can't even talk today. So that's a little big. I might not do deckled. Because they're rectangular. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. So, the challenge is going to be, do I just cut it to size? I could do that and not have it as deckled. That is a possibility. Because circular, I don't know. Circular might not work, but I can always look at it another day. So in the meantime, let's just cut it down to size. It might, and that'll simplify what I gotta prep this week too. If I don't do deckled. I love deckled, but it just might not do. Alright. So let's kind of, sort of, like there. And then let's kind of, sort of, there. And then flip them around. Bring it down to, say, 2.5 inches by 2.5. Yeah, so this guy's 2.5 by 2.5. That kind of works. This one, since I cut it down a little bit, let's see what it is. Yeah, I could do 3 inches by yeah, I could do 3 by 3, you know. Just make it simple. Okay, so we've got that. Next, because I'm doing multi-version here, I gotta look at this and figure out what size throw this in. So, measure the actual hole punch. So it's about 3 inches by, yeah, 3 inches. So 3 by 3. So essentially, kind of like that guy, but we're not going to use that guy. Let's get another piece of paper. Let's get a 3 by 3 going. So I'm just going to grab another scrap piece of paper. So let's just try 3 by 3. Because that way, if that size works. And I also have sticky notes to help feed it through in case it's a problem. Now I also need a 3 by 3 of the vanilla color to be able to make this work. So 3 by 3. There we go. So I'm just going to put aside the excess scraps that we don't need. So there we go. We're getting somewhere. Just for now. Just put them away. Okay. So then, again, I'm just going to use black ink for the sake of time tonight. I'm going to put that stamp away. And I'm not going to do full-on coloring or anything. I just want to get the general layout, and I can always, you know, finish it later. But just to get a feel for, am I happy with this? Alright, so now I need Sweetest Star. Had to remember where it was. Come on, Sweetest Star. So I'm just going to use the gingerbread one because it has the least amount of detail right now. And then we're going to do it in both the black and the vanilla, or whatever color you want to call it. And we still got to do a phrase, but I'm not so worried about the phrase, but I'll still do one in a moment. So then at least that 3 by 3, it doesn't have to be perfect on there. As long as it's on there, it'll work well. That's what I love about hole punches at the vendor events. They're so much fun. Alright, got that. Okay. So then, I'm going to do a phrase anyway. Let's see what's going to fit now. I'm going to laugh if these are not going to work. It's the size. But that's okay. That's something I'm going to have to figure out. Where I might have to use deckled rectangles anyway, which would be fun actually. Because I do have a couple of other sizes, and I do carry the paper trimmer in white cardstock anyway. In case there's a little bit of a, well, I want a different size. Okay, we can do that. So, Alright, that one's going to be tight. So yeah, that shape might not actually work. Well, we learned something tonight. Well, I might pull out deckled rectangles in a moment. Let's try one. Okay, that works. Now, the other ones don't work. Okay. So, drawing board. Yeah, very well. Deckled rectangles is not going to go with this. They'll go with the tags, but not the... Oh, no, not deckled. This one. I get my words jumbled. I'm hyper tonight. Actually, I need those stamps anyway. Yeah. Alright, back to deckled rectangles. Let's find out. Let's see the smallest one. The smallest one's not going to do. Next size up. No. Yee, okay. You know what? No deckled rectangles. It's just going to have to be pre-cut size. Okay, well. And I'll have some of those. Well, that changes things. That's why it helps. Sit down and actually make the projects myself and iron out what I need. So then I'm just going to do custom paper sizes. So next up, I'm going to grab some white paper again, and I'm going to stamp out the two other phrases on this. Actually, I'm going to stamp out all the phrases so I can work out all the sizes to see, is there something I can do repetitive? That way, here we go. Okay, so that was a bit of a fail tonight. Hey, live and learn. Now, where is my white? I know where. Or I don't know where. Oh, there it is. I'm looking all over for paper. Alright, so grab a couple of more scraps of white. Alright, so let's get all the phrases stamped. Because depending on what I go with, I might just only do certain phrases. I don't know. But gotta have Merry Christmas. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. Clean that. Next one is the one we just did earlier. The Christmas is Better Together. Let's see how that one looks. Now that can fit on the smaller one. There we go. And next is another one on this one. We have here, may your days be full of cheer. Now, a lot of people like to stamp on the inside of the cards, and that's cool too. So, it doesn't mean they're all going to be on the outside, but at least be prepared with paper sizing. Okay, good news. Those two can be almost the same size. That's awesome. And then we have on here these ones. So let's see what they look like. And of course I got other stamps. I don't think I've used these phrases too much yet. Alright. Oh, okay. I will say I'm not going to use that because that requires me to bring another block. And I don't bring too many extra blocks. So that is out. Which I do have some other stuff for if I'm going to use other. papers in my bin because I just put some papers in tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure some of this out. This requires a little more planning. Alright. Alright, well there we got a good assortment to get going. There's only 2 I omitted, but I know the little one, the Sweet Wishes, I already have a size for that, so that's good. I know that. So I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so then I'm gonna work out some sizing, so at least I know the Christmas is Better Together. That can be just over an inch. So even if I do 1 inch by 3 inches, no, a little more than that. 3 1/4, that might work. So I'm just gonna do a quick trim on these 2. And I've got some extra stamped pieces that if I keep or don't keep, I don't know. But yeah, when it comes to card cloth planning, it does make it a little harder. So I'm just going to trim off the edge a little. And then I'm going to go 3 1/4 and see how that looks. They're both a little crooked, but it's okay. Oh yeah, that's good. And then the little one, I'm just not going to worry about. That's crooked, but the height, I'm going to go 1 1/4 again. Once it lets me. Yes, I think that will be the size we will use. So based on that, I'm just going to gear up a second one. And then I even have well, no, I don't have, but no, I'll figure it out. I'll probably do that on that. And then this, that's roughly 1 3/4. I don't know. I'll think about the other ones. I might just, at the time, custom cut some of the other ones. I might just do that if somebody wants something different. Okay, so then I'll just because I'm also mocking up for what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna stamp one more. I'm gonna do Merry Christmas. No, I'm gonna do Christmas is Better Together with that same size, just to kind of, well, I'm gonna do more than that. Literally. Alright, I'm gonna do more than that. See how chaotic planning a card class is? So, there. But it's how to do it. It's just kind of have to work with it and see what hits. Alright, so then Christmas is Better Together. Let's do one more. And then we are close to actually assembling. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then let's do the Merry Christmas. And then we'll disassemble and see what I think. And it could be a different color. It's just, this is just for tonight's planning. And also that kind of leads to, can customize that even more by putting some leafy stuff on it and that too. So that does free up other alternative ideas to do another further continuation. Because I'll probably do another design again this week, just to really finalize what this is. But in the meantime, this is good enough. Alright, so I'm just going to put the unnecessary ones aside. Alright, we're going to hole punch those 2 cuties out. So the advantage of, doesn't have to be super perfect, but if I'm having trouble working it in, grab some scissors. Apparently I got some ink smudging everywhere. There's a cutie. Then let's get the other one, since I got another skewed here. But now I know we probably have to cut if people just go on it like crazy. And that's okay. There we go. So there's the two. So nothing fancy, but just simple. Alright, so now let's bring all this together. I got a little bit of everything happening. So then let's see our 3 card bases. The gold on that. Okay, I'm going to move that because of the shine. There we go. That's a little better. So then like my only complaint is it's very bland. I might not do the reindeer. Oh, what about the little guy? Yeah, I might not do the reindeer. Okay, gingerbread looks plain on there. Yeah, I'm gonna do the reindeer at all. Okay, I'm gonna have to really think this. Okay, well, yeah, because they look better if they're die cut, and I'm not gonna die cut them out. I swear I'm not. So, I mean, it's cute. This is the make and take that we're doing. Good question. How many do I make? That's a tricky question. I always make way more than I need, so probably no. And I'm doing 2 events back to back, so there's the hopeful number, but then there's the realistic number. So I try to go somewhere in between. So I'm thinking a total of 40 for both events is I'm thinking. So 20 and 20 is a more realistic number, but I'll probably hit that number and then cut more just to have stuff planned out. So I'm just thinking. It would help if they're colored in, eh? And it could just be the designer series paper I picked for just this planning. But I kind of like that right now. So in this case, because of the die, the hole punch, say I'm doing 40 card make and takes, I'll probably have prepped 80 or more of that square, because what if people want to use more than one of the card like that? Yeah, I'm thinking I might just go with Sweetest Star. Make it simple, one main stamp set, and I think we're good. Okay, so back to planning again. I need to cut more squares. So back to this again. I'm just going to do 2 per card just to kind of get a general idea. So I'm just going to bring back the 2 papers. Check to see, is this 3 inches? Actually, it isn't, but I will make it work. I should be able to make it work. Let's see. Yeah, I can make it work. Just for the sake of tonight, just trying to get this figured out. And then we know that's 3 by not 3. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. Alright, so then I'm going to use a couple of the other stamps. Then I gotta get back to figuring out the size of the phrases again. So, and I'll probably go shortly because, yeah, this type of planning is a little bit more chaotic because, hey, it's trial and error until I figure out what works. Oh, I'm getting an idea. I am actually getting an idea. Where did my block go? Right here. Because I have the snowflakes stamp on here. That could actually be really useful. So, but again, I'm going to limit which phrases I'm using. So probably only 3 of the 4 from this stamp set, just because size of, you know, the the blocks that I'm using, because I use the paper pumpkin ones. I only rarely bring one of the other ones if I really, really am trying to do something. Alright, so I'm going to get 2 Santas, and it's bedtime, but I'm not going to bed right now. I'm just going to keep going long enough that I find a layout that I really, really like. So now let's get Mrs. Claus out. And why I like the vanilla paper is it makes me think of cookies. And that is... what is this? Yeah, it's a lot of work, and I have to get all this done by next weekend. But once I know what I'm making, it's easy. It's cut, 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 go, 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 go. So now, because I'm incorporating the tags this year as the first time for a make and take, I gotta plan that, and that's a different number I gotta cut. So that's a little more complicated. All right, so there we go. Oh, I'm gonna need another phrase. Yeah, I'll come back to the inking in a moment. So let's see for a sec. I can use this too. I'll just use the 2 out of 3 for tonight. But I need a third. Yes. Chaotic. I'll just use the May Your Days Be Merry and Bright. I like that one. And I'll just trim it down to figure out. And generally what happens at most events, and this is actually me being truthful, is I'll prep X amount of pieces, and I go and the numbers are low. I don't really have a lot of people making takings. So I've been at this for a year. I've learned my lesson on it's not that much, but sometimes, but I'm still hopeful. It's like this weird, I know realistically not a lot of people are going to sit down and craft. I know that, but I still want to be prepared, because what if I get the right event and there's people actually interested in crafting? So it's a tricky thing to figure out. Okay, Evelyn keeps chiming me. Evelyn, I'm live on video. Alright, so this size is... I'm gonna go 2 inches. Why not? Or I could... well, let me cut 2 inches. And then off the top, I'm going to cut it down to 1 3/4, because that'll look a lot better. And then sizing, 2 1/4. I think that'll be good. And it leaves a bit of wiggle room in case someone wants to do something with that. I like that. So then the little guy, he's roughly 1 1/4. But let's say 1 1/2. Actually, let me go a little more. Well, no, what size is he? Hold on. Let me get this kind of cut decent. Because I'm overthinking. Because I did it all on the same piece of white paper, it makes it a little harder. So then, 1 1/2. Now I'm happy. So yeah, 1 1/2 by 1 1/4. That's a decent little size. I may not have that for pre-made size, but it'll work. Then what was this one again? See, I gotta write all these down once I figure it all out. Because I just measure off the card. So 1 3/4. There we go. And then 2 1/4. It's a little crooked, but it's all good. We'll roll with it for tonight. Okay, so now I can do some assembly very shortly. Okay, so let's get these pieces over, get my scissors. Hey, Evelyn, yes, you keep trying me, and I'm on video. So I'm planning my make and takes for next weekend, and I don't really have a plan. And this is what I'm working on for tonight. So there we go. And yes, there's going to be a lot of paper waste because of trying to plan for the hole punch. But you know what? It's all good. So it's all fun in, you know, how this goes. So let's get these ones going. I'm really liking, I'm so glad I ordered the Sweetest Star. And I wasn't going to get it. I seriously was not going to get it. Oh, Evelyn, while you're here, I have your box prepped and ready to go. As I said, I'm going to go to the UPS store tomorrow, assuming they're open. Evelyn, I included 2 extra puzzle packets one for you, and I believe one would go to Amanda. And then I also included 2 of my referral cards only for you 2 ladies, not for the kids, because I don't need the kids calling my phone number, because I can't sell to your country, so there's no really use me majorly advertising. So that's where I did not include the referral cards in all of the packets, because it's pointless. So just to give you a heads up. Okay, I'm feeling better about this plan now. So I'm gonna put those over there. Whether I throw them out or use them, I might use them for something. So that's cute. And I like using the vanilla in the white. So yes, I am much more happier with this. Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, much happier. Here, check this out. There we go. So what I'll do is I will finish these later because I want to go. I got something that's coming up that I got to take care of. But yes, I will finish this because obviously the gingerbread cookies and the Santa and the Mrs. Claus, they need to be colored in. But I do like using the contrast of the white and the vanilla. If anybody has any thoughts, let me know. But yeah, I will post these and see what you guys think. But no, I'm much more happier with this now. Yes! I have a plan. This is the harder one. The tags was super easy. I had the idea in my head for days. This, I didn't even fully think it through, and now I've got it. Yes. Okay. Great night, everyone. Bye.